Hello my beloved scholars, today we're going to be looking at calculating the mean for a given set of numbers. So the mean, another name for the mean is the average. We find the mean by, so it says, to calculate the mean for a set of numbers, we add the numbers and divide by the amount of numbers. So what does that mean? So if we're given 4 numbers, we add up the numbers and we divide by 4. That's what it means. We add the numbers and we divide by the amount of numbers. So there are 4 numbers, we add them up and we divide by 4, and that gives us the mean or the average of those 4 numbers. That's all we do. That's all we do to get the mean. So it says calculate the mean for these sets of numbers. So we're going to be adding up the numbers to get the sum or the total, and then we're going to divide that total by how many numbers we have. So that means we need to add, so the mean equals 6 plus 8 plus 5 plus 3 divided by 4. 6 plus 8 gives 14. 14 plus 5 gives 19. 19 plus 3 gives 22. So that's 22 divided by 4. 4 goes into 22. 5 times, remainder 2 over 4. And we can reduce that to 5 and a half. So the mean for this set of numbers is 5 and a half. Here we have 3 numbers, so we need to find the mean. So we're going to add the 3 numbers, 9 plus 4 plus 7, and divide it by 3 because it's 3 numbers. Remember, it says we're to divide by the amount of numbers. So it's 3 numbers. So when we add 9 plus 4, we get 13. And we add 7 to that, we get 20. 20 divided by 3. So the mean is 3 goes into 26 times, remainder 2 over 3. So the mean is actually 6 and 2/3. So sometimes the mean is a fraction. We don't always get a whole number for the mean. Alright, so for this we're going to add the 8 plus 2 plus 5 plus 4 and divide that answer by 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, says 4. 8 and 2, 10, and 5, 15, and 4, 19. 19 divided by 4. So the mean is 4 goes into 19 4 times, remainder 3 over 4. So for all of these so far, our mean has been a fraction, and that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Here now we have 4 numbers to add. So 3 plus 0 plus 4 plus 0 divided by, how many numbers did we have there? What number are we going to divide by? 1, 2, 3, 4. But somebody might say, how come 0 means nothing, so why are we dividing by, why are we counting the 0? 0 is a number, it is a whole number. It's representing a quantity here. Nobody did this thing. So we still have to acknowledge the present, so we have to count it. So it's 4, we're dividing by 3 plus 4, 7 divided by 4. 4 goes into 7, 1 time, remainder 3 over 4. All our means, all of our averages so far have been fractions, but we're okay with that. We're not scared of fractions. So let's look at these ones now. So 7 plus 11 plus 20 plus 3 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. 7 plus 11 gives 18. 18 plus 20 gives 38. 38 plus 3 gives 41 divided by 4. 4 goes into 41 10 times, remainder 1 over 4. Alright, now let's add these. 50 plus 25 plus 30, all divided by 1, 2, 3 numbers. 50 plus 25 is 75, plus 30, that's 105, divided by 3. 3 goes into 10. 3 goes into 10 3 times, remainder 1, and 3 goes into 15 5 times. So you could go get some rough paper if you don't want to work it right here. Get some rough paper and do your division, work it out, don't be scared. Sometimes you have to go to the side and work stuff out, or because you have more space in your books. I'm trying to fill everything on my board, right? But you would have space in your book to actually set out your division sign and show your working. Show the teacher that you understand what you are doing. So you will go to the side and divide 105 by 3 and you will get 35. So the mean of these three numbers is 35. So let's add again. We have 0 plus 2 plus 8 plus 6, all divided by 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. 8 and 2, 0 plus 2 is 2 plus 8, 10 plus 6, 16, divided by 4 is 4. That's the first time we're getting an actual whole number for our mean. Okay. Now here we have 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. How many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 gives 16, divided by 4 is also 4. So what do you notice? The numbers were all the same. So the mean has to be the same. They were all 4s. So when we count them up and divide it by the number of them, we are going to get 4. So we could have predicted that, but you know how we mathematicians are. We love to prove things. We like to take the time and do step by step, just to double check. We don't like to assume things. So we did it. We went step by step and we proved ourselves right. I know some of you were already looking at it and said, Miss, that has to be 4. The mean has to be 4 because it's 4 same numbers. I know that you knew that. I wanted to prove it. I wanted to go through the steps and prove it. Okay. So to recap, we're saying another name for the mean is the average. And to find the mean, we add up the numbers that were given, and then we count how many numbers there were. So we add up the numbers, we find the sum of the numbers, the total of the numbers, and we divide that by how many numbers we were using. So here we were using 4 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we were using 3 numbers, so we divided by 3. And remember, sometimes your mean can be a fraction. So if you get a fraction, don't be scared. Or if you work it in decimal form and you get a decimal, don't be scared. It's perfectly acceptable. And remember, zeros are counted as numbers, because each of these is representing a quantity. So what this means is that, so let's say, for example, this is representing the number of children who turned up for, or no, let's say this is representing the number of goals that were scored at a match, right? So the first match, in the first match, 3 goals were scored. In the second match, 0 were scored. In the third match, 4 goals were scored. In the fourth match, 0, no goals were scored. If we just added up the 3 and the 4, it would not be a good representation, because the mean then would be 3 plus 4, 7, divided by 2, that's 3.5. So that would mean on average, each match 3.5 goals were scored. But that would be incorrect because in 2 of the matches, no goal was scored. So we would be putting a better picture than what the reality actually is. So we have to take the 0 into consideration to say, but hey, these 2 matches, you didn't score any goals, so you're not as good as, you know, if we didn't count those and only counted the 3 and the 4 that were scored in those 2 matches, you'd make the person seem as if they're a better player than they actually are. The real mean is just 1 3/4 goals, instead of misrepresenting it as 3 and 3.5, right? So it's important to factor in the zeros into our calculations. So that's it for the mean. Look out for the other 2 areas of statistics that we will be doing at this level, the mode and the median. I'm going to do a separate video on each of those. Okay, so you know the mean, the mode, and the median are the 3 areas of statistics that we look at the grade 4, 5, and 6 levels. So this video covers the mean. Look out for the ones on the median and the mode. If you have been helped, as usual, I would appreciate if you comment, leave a comment to say thank you, miss, for helping me to understand about the mean. Also, share the video so that other students can benefit from the information and they too can understand, because a lot of children struggle with these things. If you have not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Go and subscribe. You know that there are tons of videos that will help you to understand math much better. So click that subscription, and you can also click the bell so that you'll be notified when new videos come out. Take care of yourselves, my scholars, and I will see you in the next video.